Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Tubal Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Kenyans were not only successful in uniting, coming together, and having a strong voice, they were also successful in getting their point across to the leadership. The whole point of the protest was that they did not approve the new financial bill that was introduced, which was going to tax diapers, tax cancer patients, tax pads, and these are not small amounts of tax that we're talking about. Even though the people feel like they're already paying a lot of tax, they're being put through this and the burden is falling on them. So they're saying no to this new proposal. But the parliament still passed their votes, and majority of them said yes. By the way, this yes came from the members of parliament, which people feel like it was personal because they are supposed to be the representation of the people, and the people obviously are saying no to that. So who are they really representing? But regardless of everything that went on, the people of Kenya were heard. Their voice was loud and clear, and it changed the tone and the stand that the government had regarding this finance bill. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
I concede, and therefore I will not sign the 2024 finance bill, and it shall subsequently be withdrawn, and I have agreed with these members that that becomes our collective position.
The head of state admitting that Kenyans at large have clearly pronounced themselves on their position regarding the Finance Bill 2024.
On the continuing conversation around the content of the Finance Bill 2024, and listening keenly to the people of Kenya who have said loudly that they want nothing to do with this Finance Bill 2024, I concede, and therefore I will not sign.
According to Article 115 of the Constitution on presidential assent and referral of bills, within 14 days after receipt of a bill, the president shall assent to the bill or refer the bill back to Parliament for reconsideration by Parliament.
As you heard, the president of Kenya, William Ruto, said that, and I quote, I concede. I have withdrawn. I will not be signing this bill, which is huge because this is what they were fighting for. Some people still believe that the fight is not over and they should continue to protest because there's high cost of living, unemployment, and they don't believe that the government has their best interests at heart and they want better. They want change. So aside from that though, unfortunately, a lot of lives were lost during this protest. Even though I have seen how peaceful this protest was, there were some clash between the police and the protesters. And as you know, and as our police, most of African countries' police are known for taking it there, even if when it doesn't have to go to, using guns, using tear gas, they'll still go ahead and exercise that privilege or that right the government gives them. And the police were using force. And the protesters were young kids, teenagers, Gen Zs, the younger generation. Majority of them were the younger generation, and they were injured. Many hundreds were injured, And as of now, they are claiming that 20 plus people died, but we all know these numbers can be tweaked, and from the information that we are gathering on social media and from people that were there, it's way, way, way above the number that has been communicated. So it's just sad to see that there's always a price to pay when you want change, when you want to make it known to the government, to the leadership, to the world that you don't stand for what they're doing. There's always a price to pay, and unfortunately a lot of people lost their lives to get that point across, and Kenyans are mourning their loss. They are sad that this happened, but they have shown strength. Honestly, this protest, I have been seeing some reports saying that this has been the biggest protest because of how people showed up. Out of 47 counties in Kenya, 35 of them were protesting this bill. You can imagine how big this protest was and how many people went out to the streets to make sure that they are heard. And it's quite impressive how Kenyans came together and they didn't focus on tribe, they didn't focus on political affiliation. They just spoke with one voice, and that one voice was reject the finance bill. So this goes to show you how powerful our voice is when we come together and we don't focus on these small things that we disagree on, and hating on our neighbors, fighting with one another. It's irrelevant when you come together and have an agenda, the agenda being you want better for your people, and this is not acceptable. Look at what you're able to accomplish. I'll leave you with some of the protests that were held in some of the counties in Kenya. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
But you can see on your screen different protests from different parts of this country, from Mombasa, Nairobi, Nyeri, Nakuru. We also had from Kakamega. This is the situation on the ground. And of course, at the bottom of your screen, the bottom left, we're seeing the live proceedings in Parliament. Remember, the Finance Bill 2024 is at the committee stage, where amendments are meant to be considered and voted on a clause-by-clause basis by members of the National Assembly. Now, this follows that vote that happened on Thursday, where we saw 204 members of Parliament vote yes for the Finance Bill.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the global Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the